Okie dokie, Halloween fans! As promised, this is literally straight after the first one, which you know if you've just clicked the link from the first video and joined me to finish this beautiful Hocus Pocus diamond art. Yes, I love Hocus Pocus. It is my favourite Halloween film. I'm sure I mentioned that in the first video, but you know what? If you haven't watched video 1, then you're going to need to know Hocus Pocus is one of my all-time favourite Halloween films. If you haven't watched the first one, why not? What are you doing starting on part 2? Go back, see part 1. You're missing out. So, during part 1, we discussed all the things I was planning on filming for the rest of vloggoween. Will I actually do it? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out, aren't you? I really don't know if I'll actually manage to keep up. I'm hoping I will manage to keep up, but you never actually know. This is me after all. My ADHD brain, it likes to make all these wild and wonderful plans and then it decides, nah. The actual follow through on these weird and wonderful plans seriously lets me down. Keeping appointment times, trying to figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going and how long I'm going to be is one of those things we like to refer to as a disaster. I'm not very good at it. Now, in the interest of making vloggoween run just a tad smoother, I did spend the run up to vloggoween doing some research into some of the episodes that are going to happen during vloggoween. I'm saying these things and the words aren't making sense to me, but I hope they're making sense to you. Anyway, I tried to do some research into some of the episodes. That made sense. Good. Okay. It probably made sense before, but we know me. Anyway. Stay on track, Raquel. Stay on track. I did some research for each of the episodes and I've looked into many things and I cannot find any interesting like mocktails or cocktails for Halloween. Now, I know there's the tomato juice one. We all know, like the Blooming Mary. I know it's not called the Blooming Mary, but I don't want to get cancelled or get little marks against my name because I say naughty words. So we're going to go with the very politically correct and the very PG-friendly Blooming Mary. I sound like a... I don't know, I sound like a Wally. But anyway, we're going to go with the Blooming Mary. But there aren't really any different Halloween-themed cocktails or mocktails out there. So that one I am struggling with quite a bit. Hopefully by the time we get around to that episode, then there is going to be a few different drinky beverages available. Maybe not just cocktail, mocktail beverages. Maybe there will be a whole host of different beverages that we can make in the spirit of Halloween. But we shall see what happens. You know, we might have to change that episode for something else. I've also been looking for pumpkin related baking products or pumpkin themed products. So like pumpkin bread, pumpkin spiced, pumpkin shaped, pumpkin coloured. I've been looking for the whole jazz of it. And let me tell you, considering Halloween is all about the pumpkin, there's not really a lot available. I've got pumpkin bread, pumpkin soup, pumpkin muffins, which don't look that great to be fair, but you know what, we'll give them a try, and pumpkin pie. Now, pumpkin pie is one of those things I have always wanted to try. I know pumpkin pie is a massive dish in America. Everybody seems to love it. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody who's tried pumpkin pie and has disliked it. I'm sure there will be a fair few of you in the comments say you've tried pumpkin pie and you couldn't stand it. And to be fair, after I make the pumpkin pie and I try eating it, I'm probably not going to be a fan either because my cooking, well, we all know my cooking skills, don't we? This pumpkin pie is not going to be so much a pumpkin pie as a pumpkin bleh. So we're going to give it a try. We'll see. You know, it might be disgusting, but at least if I try, I can say I've tried. And then I never have to make another pumpkin pie for the rest of my days. Unless it's gorgeous, of course, and actually I can really rock a pumpkin pie. And then I may reconsider my career. I may no longer be a cleaner or an influencer. I may well just be a baker that only bakes pumpkin pie. Now, of course, if my soup turns out good as well, I might make some pumpkin bread rolls and do pumpkin soup and pumpkin bread rolls. I could do a pumpkin store, couldn't I? The Poppin' Pumpkin or Poppin' the Pumpkin. No, that doesn't sound very good, does it? pumpkin poppin'. And that will be the name of my bakery. You heard it here first, everybody. The Poppin' Pumpkin. Wow. I'm very creative this season, this month, this day. Don't think it's going to last long though. Honestly, my brain comes up with all these fantastic ideas. It loves them. It thinks they're brilliant. It goes off and it puts everything into it. And then it gets bored and it decides doesn't want to play that game anymore. It's had enough of that game. No tar. And it just moves on. It moves on to something completely different. And you just kind of have to pray, really, that, you know, you can keep up with the brain. Because my brain has infinite energy most of the time. Let me tell you, though, I do not have infinite energy. My brain likes to keep me awake at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes all night. Sometimes it doesn't, you know. But a lot of the time, it will keep me awake all night long. Then at about 6 o'clock in the morning, just when I have to start getting up and starting my day, it decides it's nap time and it wants to go to sleep. But I have to get up. But brain still has energy. My brain still has enough energy to forget things, to make me look like a fool and say the wrong thing at the wrong time. It still has enough energy to make me anxious about every tiny little thing that not even a normal human being would be anxious about, but apparently my brain decides it, and it does all that even after being up all night. Apologies to those of you that are now yawning. I've had to film this particular part of the video clip about 3 or 4 times now because I keep listening to that little bit of replay before I start filming this bit of voiceover, and it continues to make me yawn. So unless you want the rest of this video a constant yawn session with me, I had to keep deleting it and going back. Now I could go back and delete the bit where I yawned in the first place, and that would solve the whole yawning problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, again, brain doesn't work like that. Brain wants to leave it in, so we are. So again, apologies. I hope you've managed to quell your yawning, and we are now back on track, ready to keep going with this Hocus Pocus diamond art. Now, can we just take some time, please, to have a look at this diamond art? The detail that's on it. I know when you're close to it, when you're quite close to it, it doesn't look as good. It looks a bit, well, pixely, because let's face it, it is pixely, isn't it? But when you draw away from it a little bit, all that pixely detail sort of blends into this most amazing picture. It really is good. I didn't really have high hopes for it. When I ordered it off of Amazon, I saw, like, obviously the picture of the product, but you're never quite sure if the picture that you see on the screen is going to be what you get, are you? I mean, let's be real. How sure are you? I did get one once, the holiday truck, the Coca-Cola truck, and it wasn't actually that. It wasn't what I thought I was getting. It looked awful. It had some terrible writing on it. It wasn't a legitimate copy of the Coca-Cola truck. It wasn't legitimate at all. Now, I did send it back. I did get a full refund because like I say, the picture was not what I got. I'd have been really impressed if I'd got what was pictured. So when I ordered this, I did kind of have my doubts on how good it would be. I've got to tell you, I am impressed. I am very, very impressed. I'm slightly creeped out by Sarah's eyes. They are just one singular white diamond dot in this circle of black diamond dots, and they really stand out. Now, when you're close up to the diamond painting and you're doing your diamond dots, and those beady white eyes are staring back at you, it kind of feels very intimidating. I must admit, it's like the picture is looking into your soul. But when you draw away from it, and suddenly it's not quite as creepy. However, if you do focus on Sarah's eyes, I don't know if it's doing the same to you guys at home, but if you focus on Sarah's eyes, it does make you feel a tad uneasy, I must admit. Now, the people in the picture below, I can't remember all their names. You got the zombie guy, you've got the boy, the girl, I think there's a younger girl, and the cat. I know one is called Thackeray. I don't know what the other's called. I really can't remember. I'm terrible with names. I'm not even that good with faces, to be fair with you. But anyway, I didn't hold out much hope for the characters below because they are smaller. Their details are slightly more sort of smushed together. So I didn't really think it was going to look that good. And again, if I'm honest, as soon as you put the diamonds on, you lose some of the detail from the picture because obviously you can see where like the lines have been drawn for the colour on like the t-shirts and stuff like that, the definition. That I thought I'd kind of lose in the picture. And to some extent I was right. But again, hold the picture away from you and it really still looks quite good. There are a fair few more Halloween themed diamond darts that I'd like to do. They're more sort of horror themed though than Halloween themed. And I don't know, for me there's a little bit of a disconnect between Halloween and horror. I know Halloween is supposed to be a little bit scary, isn't it? It's the dark, it's the demons, the ghosts, the zombies, you know, all that scary stuff comes out at night. But some of the horror movies are Halloween-esque. Some of them are just grotesque. I'm not a big fan of the gory horror movies. You know, the ones that are just all about the gore. I'm not a big fan of those sorts of horror movies. Now, give me a supernatural horror. I quite like those, although they do scare me. But then that's what they're designed to do, isn't it? I don't get that. How many of us like to be frightened? Like to be scared? I wouldn't say many of us genuinely like to actually feel fear. But suddenly you put a horror movie on and it's okay. Oh my god, oh I'm so scared, oh jump scare, terrified. But it's great, you laugh at yourself, maybe because you know you're safe. There is no actual danger, but you can experience fear from a safe distance, and maybe that's the attraction of a horror movie. I don't know, but anyway, give me a supernatural horror. I quite like those. However, I do have to watch them in the daytime with all the lights on. Obviously, if it's rainy, dark outside, I don't just waste energy putting all my lights on when it's, you know, a nice sunny day outside. Because I tell you what, even in October, you can have some really nice weather. Yeah, so I have to watch a supernatural movie during the day or with the lights on. I cannot watch them alone. I have to watch them with Del. I cannot be on my own. Even some of those really not great, like TV shows. Well, not TV shows. You know the ones I mean. The shows that, what am I trying to say? The ghost hunting type shows, you know? Some of those are really quite good and some of those are really convincing and you're thinking, oh my goodness, they're actually making contact. Some of them, though, you're looking at it and thinking, look, clearly this isn't real. You know, clearly this is for entertainment purposes only kind of a thing. And I know they all say that, but you know what I mean? Some you can really tell this is just like to make something for people to watch. And some of the times you're thinking, oh wow, they're actually making contact. So some of those I can only watch with Del, and some, well, to be fair, even the bad ones I have to watch with Del. So yeah, lights on, or in the middle of the day with Del about to keep me safe. And after we've watched one of these supernatural horrors or one of the supernatural like series things, I have to watch a comedy. Because otherwise my brain will not let me sleep. It will convince myself that that's actually real. Everything you've just witnessed is absolutely bona fide real and will probably happen to you in the next 8 hours. And I won't be able to sleep. So I have to watch a funny to get me out of that terrified state. So I don't even enjoy being frightened. I like watching the supernatural horrors, but I don't enjoy watching them, and I don't enjoy the after effect of watching them. Yeah, I am. Is it a paradox? Is that what I am? I don't know, I'm a walking contradiction. Whether that's a paradox or not, I don't know. But yes, I am one massive contradiction. And I think we've all quite learnt that, really, haven't we? Oh, gosh. I wish... Well, no, I don't, actually. No, I don't even want to say that. I was going to say I kind of would have liked to have counted all these little black diamond drills that went onto the diamond painting, but I wouldn't even have liked to count them. I would like to know, that's better, I would like to know how many of these drills went onto this painting, because there were 3 bags of the black coloured diamonds. And the oddest thing, right, so number 1, I think it was number 1, we're going to go with number 1 anyway because it doesn't really matter. Number 1 was these black diamond drills, right? Number 1. And it was like 90% of the picture, to be fair. Because obviously it's a dark Halloween picture. It's at night time. And there's lots of shadows which need the black diamond drills. Now, there was also an O. So further down the chart was the number, I can't remember what number it was, but it corresponded to the letter O on the diamond painting. Now, oddly enough, O was exactly the same colour, exactly the same shade as number 1. So why not just have it all number 1? Mind you, to be honest with you, I got bored to tears and nearly actually stopped doing this diamond art because there was so much of the same colour. I like switching it about, not too often. If you keep changing colour, change colour, it gets a bit But to be doing the same one colour for so long, it's just so boring and so tedious. The amount I ate while doing this diamond art painting, well, we'll not go into that because I am trying to lose weight and trying to stay on a healthy eating, balancey thing. And yeah, clearly boredom does not agree with that plan. But it's fine, we stuck with it. We got all the number 1s in, and then after changing the colours up a little bit and doing some of the pinks and the blues and the whites and the oranges, I went back to 0, well, O, and did some more black diamonds because, well, I don't know. They just like to mix it up, clearly, but it took forever. It took forever. Now, I know there are tools you can get that do allow you to do more than 1 diamond at once. And to be honest, I probably could have used it. But here's why I didn't use it. Firstly, to me, it feels like cheating. The idea is to do it a diamond at a time. Otherwise, the diamonds would just come in strips that you could just stick on. I don't know, it just seems pointless to me to do it like lots of diamonds at once. You do it 1 at a time, that's that. 2, I don't know where I put the extra pen that had the bigger thing on the end that could do more than 1 diamond at a time. And 3, even if I knew where it was, I couldn't be bothered to go and get it. I was in the zone. I was just going to do it and keep going. It felt more honest and just, yeah, I was just stuck there. I didn't want to get up and move, so I wasn't going to go and get it even if I knew where it was. And I think, what were 4 of the excuses of why I didn't use a bigger one? Because of the amount of wax it uses. Now, to be honest, I've never tried to use it. I don't actually know if it would use all your wax at once. But it just seems like it would. Like the wax I put in the end of this small pen, as soon as I press down on a diamond, it squidges out of the sides, and then I've got to spend ages tucking it back in the end of the pen so I can reuse that wax on other diamond drills. Now, if I've got the big long attachment on the end of the pen that means I can pick up more wax and diamonds at once, surely I'm just going to be using loads and loads of wax all at once. And I didn't really want to do that. Mind you, maybe that's why they give you so much wax, especially with the big areas of one colour. Because some of the diamond paintings I've got, they only give you a tiny square of wax, and that's ample. But with this painting, they gave me a really big, well, it's a rectangle, not a square, but they gave me a really big piece of wax. And maybe it was because for the bigger areas, I'm supposed to use the bigger tool. Maybe it's not cheating. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Who knows? Who cares? I did it this way and spoiler alert, I actually complete the diamond painting. I think you're all hoping for that in the long run anyway, aren't you? Aren't you? That was very posh. So yeah, I think you're thinking you better have completed this, love, because I'm invested now. I've spent, what, an hour and a half now of my life watching you do this diamond painting. I'm invested, and if I get to the end of this video and you haven't completed it, you and me is going to have a falling out. I bet that's what you're all thinking at home right now, isn't it? Is that exactly what you're thinking? Because I could tell you what, if I was watching this video and I got to the end and there wasn't a completed diamond painting, I would be cross. But don't worry yourselves. Please don't worry yourselves. There is a completed diamond painting at the end of this video. I promise. Don't go skipping. No, come back. Don't go skipping ahead just to double check. I wouldn't lie to you. I promise it's there. I do complete it. And I do know that some of you, when I last did a diamond painting, wanted to see the end results properly. I thought I'd filmed it. Clearly I hadn't, because it wasn't on the end of the video. And even if I had filmed it, somehow it didn't make it to the end of the video. So the end of this video, I will show you properly the whole diamond art painting done. Where it is in the house, it doesn't quite catch the light. And when you put the overhead lights on, it glares off of the diamond painting. So you can't see it sparkle that well with the overhead light on it either. So I don't know how much sparkle you're going to get. Hopefully some sparkle, because it was light when I filmed this. And it was light when I filmed the final picture of it all. So hopefully you will see some glittery sparkle on it. But you know what, if you don't, just imagination, guys. Imagination is probably one of the best things we have. In my case, it can be my worst enemy too. But, you know, your imagination is pretty good going, isn't it? And I think for sure, if you look at this and you're not seeing pretty sparkles, just imagine it twinkling. Twinkling like the beautiful ocean under a warm summer sun sky. That's what you're going to see. Twinkly twinkles, all bouncing off the top of the waves. Although, in this case, on top of the diamond art painting. Oh, the seaside. It will soon be time to be back there, my friends. I know all of you are autumnal lovers. You're all Halloween lovers. We all love this season where it's still a little bit warm some of the time. It's nice and cosy, though, when you come inside, because it gets chilly in the evenings now, doesn't it? It gets chilly, but you can cuddle down in your favourite jumper, maybe click the heating on, or if you're lucky enough, put the fire on. You can have your hot chocolate and not feel guilty. How's about that? Not feel like a really naughty person. Because how many of you, honestly, in the heat of summer go, I really just fancy a hot chocolate now. I can tell you for certain, I am one of those people. It will be 30 odd degrees outside and I will still be like, can I have hot chocolate please, with a squirt of cream, marshmallows and a flake. I am one of those people, yes, but people look at you like you're weird, like you've lost your mind. Like, what on earth are you thinking? You're having a hot chocolate in 30-degree heat? Seriously? Yes, seriously I am. And what's more, all that gorgeous, yummy, autumnal, winter type foods that we enjoy, like the high carb, high cheese, you know, those sorts of meals, yeah? I love those any time of the year. Any time of the year. Now, one of my favourites has to be macaroni and cheese. I do love a good mac and cheese. But yeah, I'm open for pretty much anything you'll eat in the winter. A nice soup. Oh, a nice soup's lovely, especially when it's raining outside. Nothing beats sitting in your house with it pelting rain down outside and you're inside with a great big bowl of soup, some buttered crispy bread. Oh, heaven. What a way to spend an evening. The telly's off. It's nice and quiet. You've got nothing to do but watch the rain lash it down outside, hearing that pitter-patter on your window frame, with your bowl of soup, nice and steaming, your crispy, crunchy, whatever you want to call it, bread. Oh, heaven. Do you know what? I really fancy a bowl of soup now. Oh, I want a bowl of soup. I ain't got no soup in. Oh, I don't even want to go to the shop. And do you know what? We're that far out from anything where we are here that we don't even get like the delivery people. You know, like you've got your delivery apps and things like that. Yeah, we don't get that. We have one Indian takeaway restaurant that will deliver out here to us. And I love them. They are outstandingly good food. But you know what? I want comfort food. And while I do love an Indian meal, oh, so much do I love an Indian meal. It's one of my favourite foods. For me, it's not comfort food. It's not a comfort food for me. Might be a comfort food for you, and that's fine. But it's not one of my comfort foods. You know, comfort foods for me are stodgy. They're mac and cheese. They're a burger. They're something heavy. Something that you're literally going to eat and then be like, oh, I'm never eating again. You know, you're literally laden down with food. That, for me, that's a comfort food. Because it makes you go all sleepy. And I tell you, it makes you really warm as well. Are you one of those people that eats a big meal and then gets like sweats, gets really hot and warm? No matter like what you do, you're getting really hot after you've eaten a big meal. I'm one of them people. I eat so much, I get the sweats. And then I get a panic. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done to myself? Oh, you know? I really get panicky that this is the end of me because I've overeaten. It hasn't been yet, but I don't know if that can actually happen, actually. I don't know. Maybe I should have just avoided stuffing my face to the point I get the sweats. It's probably not healthy for me. But I am one of those people. I like my comfort foods in the autumn and the winter. And I can't wait to do some of the cooking I've got planned. I'm hoping it turns out good because I'm really looking forward to eating half the stuff I've got planned to eat. It's going to be good. And I may undo any good I've done with any weight loss ever. I hope I don't. I hope I get to stay on track and keep going. But you know what? You never know. You never know, do you? Maybe I'm just going to undo it all and just not care. And we'll start again in the new year. That's what New Year's there for, isn't it, really? No, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. I might have a day where I just stuff my pie hole. But that's what, you know, celebrations are there to switch off that sort of thing for, you know? Why can't you go to a celebration and enjoy a slice of birthday cake? It's not on your diet plan. It might push you slightly over your calories that one day. But you know what? I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy the Halloween party that we're going to have. And yeah, we've invited people to the Halloween party. But if no one comes and it's just me, Alyssa, Del and Craig bopping away in our living room to Halloween tunes, stuffing our faces with party food, then that is exactly what it's going to be. I'm hoping it's not going to be that. I want to be able to film a really good party and a really good setup and all that jazz for you. And I want to enjoy it. And I'm going to enjoy it. And I can't wait to eat all yummy food and all the yummy drinks. And I'm really, really hoping that some of the fast food franchises come up with some excellent, excellent ideas. I haven't checked them yet. I'm deliberately keeping myself away as much as I can from them, so I don't ruin the surprise for myself as to what Halloween products they've got, what Halloween specials, or maybe autumnal specials, because a lot of them don't do Halloween themed stuff. A lot of them just do autumnal things, like there's the pumpkin spice latte, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm deliberately keeping myself away, and we'll try all the autumnal and Halloween, if they do Halloween themed stuff, when it comes to that particular day in vloggoween. I'm hoping they've got stuff. Oh, it's going to be a really boring vlog, isn't it, when I turn up at the fast food franchises to try each of their autumnal Halloweeny themed menu, and they just go, sorry love, all we've got is hot chocolate. Well, put a bit of cinnamon in there then. Make it a little bit autumnal, for goodness sake. Do you know what? If they have nothing autumnal, then I may indeed just try and make it autumnal myself. Maybe I shall just buy myself some sliced pumpkin from the shop, and I will cook it up and I will put it in with the thing and just have it that way. I really hope they do it. I really do. We shall see. We shall see, people of vloggoween. Keep hoping with me that they have these autumnal and Halloween themed items on the menu, because I really hope they do. You know what's really scaring me with this diamond painting? We've been at this for a long while now and I am still not finished with the black diamond drills. I've still got loads more left to do with it. I'm really hoping that you're not all bored at the moment. I'm not bored. I'm still quite happy. Chatting away, sorting the world out, and talking about my favourite time of year, Halloween. I do love Halloween. I know there are many more Christmas fans out there than there are Halloween fans. However, I did join a group on Facebook of Halloween lovers, and literally all year round there is talk of Halloween. People actually keep their homes decorated for Halloween, like all year round. There are people out there who Halloween to them is what Christmas is to other people. And I kind of want to be one of those people. I want to have a little bit of Halloween in my house all year round. And I kind of have bits of it dotted about here and there. But I would really like, mind you, my house theme now is seasidey. And I can't realistically have Halloween dotted in through the house with a seaside theme. The two kind of don't gel very well. However, would I not just be like spectacular if I could get Halloween and the seaside to blend together? Now, I know you've got your ghost train, haven't you, at the fair. So I could have like ghost train pictures up, which would be a nod to Halloween and the seaside, and literally be like a 2-for-1, you know, a little bit me, a little bit Halloween, and the seaside all at the same time. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a Halloween picture, like a ghost train picture. It's going up on the wall. Yes. Little nods to Halloween and the seaside throughout. Ooh, maybe I'm going to have to find one thing that is like Dell in a nutshell. One thing that's Alyssa in a nutshell, or one thing that's Craig in a nutshell. And just put little nods to each of them in each room. So that in each room, the general theme will be, obviously, the seaside and Great Yarmouth, that sort of thing. But also, there's a personal stamp on it. It's not just seaside. It's each of us too. That would be quite nice, I think. I don't know how I'd incorporate it. Still, that's New Year, New Me's problem. New Year, New Me can work on that, and then I'll figure the rest out as we go along. But I do like that idea. Little nod to Halloween for me. Just a little something. Just a little something that if you know it's there, that speaks to me. And a little thing for Dale, Craig and Alyssa, again, that if you know it's there, it speaks to each of them. Although, to be honest, I think we're doing that pretty much anyway. There's not so much of the kids down here. They have their own rooms. And 90% of the time, they're never down here anyway. They're in their own rooms, or they're off out doing whatever it is they're off out doing, living their lives. So they're not really sitting downstairs in the living room with us much anymore. But I would really, really like just a little something that says this is their home too. I know I've got their pictures on the wall, but a little something that's special to them. That is them, you know? Like Halloween is me and Toy Cars is Dell. I'd like to have a little something special of them just in the living room that just says, this is theirs too. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, we got off track there, didn't we, with from the Halloweeny theme. Although I don't think these videos need to be specifically all just me babbling on about Halloween. To be fair, there's only so much you can say about one day of the year, realistically, isn't there? So what else can I say to Halloween? Yay, Halloween! I'll tell you what I can tell you, though. The other day, Jaden came into the house and he was stood in the doorway between the dining room and the living room. And I kind of caught sight of him in the mirror. And I swear to you, the way his hair looked, he looked like the zombie from Hocus Pocus. I did have to chuckle. And I think he found it quite funny too when I told him. At least I hope he did. I didn't want to insult the poor lad. But just the way his hair was sticking up all over the shop just reminded me so much of the little zombie. It was real funny. We have decided, though, to dress up as characters from Hocus Pocus if there are any Halloween events. Now, we are planning a Halloween party, and I suspect maybe we're going to be dressing up as Hocus Pocus characters for the Halloween party. Who knows? Now, I just want to take the time and apologise if I have just repeated myself, because this video has taken me a little while to get the voiceover done. I keep doing a bit of the voiceover, then I have to stop for something, and then I have to restart again, and I kind of lose track what I've told you all, what I haven't told you all, what I've asked you all. Literally, I have no memory. I do these things and my brain instantly forgets. I saw a lady wearing a t-shirt the other day that said something along the lines of happiness. My happiness at my age, or my happiness now, is walking into a room and remembering why I'm there. Something like that, it said. And I thought, how apt. How very apt. Because the older I get, I swear to you, honestly, I used to be made happy by spending money. I used to be happy by going places or doing things or stuff like that. And that still makes me happy. But I'm starting to take a lot of joy in the small things. And one of those small things I'm taking great joy in is when I walk into a room and I remember what I'm there for. And even better, I give myself bonus points, like really big brownie bonus points, if I walk into a supermarket or shop. Not only remember what I'm in there for, but actually get what I'm in there for. Because I can tell you for now, that one doesn't happen that often. The amount of times I have walked into a shopping centre or a shopping supermarket or any shop at all, walked in the door and then stood there blankly while I desperately try and reboot my brain to activate the memory cells to tell me what the heck I'm in there for. I will remember the whole morning, the whole drive there. I'll remember while I'm walking from the car to the actual shop. I will remember that whole way. I will walk in the door with all the confidence of a person half my age. And then I will get in the door and I will realise I'm no longer a person half my age. I am actually, I don't want to say middle-aged yet because I'm only 42 and I have no plans to leave this planet at 84. So I don't believe I'm middle-aged yet. I'll be middle-aged when I hit my 50s. That's a by the by. But I'm no longer young, or what I would consider spring chicken young. You know, I'm reaching the upper echelon of young. You know, I'm edging more towards not so young anymore. I mean, for me, there's baby, there's toddler, there's child, there's teenager, there's young adult, there's adult, and then there's upper end of, yes, we're still young. And I'm upper end of, yes, I'm still young. I mean, at the end of the day, 40 is the new 30, right? You know, and 50 is the new 40. So I'm still only just 30. Although, I swear, I tell everybody it depends, either 35 or 38. I mean, I was born in 1982, but I do tell people that, yes, I am either 35 or 38, depending on how old I feel at the time and what I remember, which number I remember to say. I mean, it's not so much a case of I lie about my age. It's just a case of I don't tell people the truth about my age. That's the way I choose to look at it. And at the end of the day, you're really only as old as you feel, right? And I do not feel 42. Well, some days I feel 42. Trust me. If I've had a bad night's sleep, or I haven't been to the gym for a little while and I go back, or we've had a hard day at work, or like right now in the UK where we're having like the 3rd heat wave in a row, I'm starting to feel a little bit 42. You know, I'm starting to feel a little bit like when someone leaves the butter out on the counter in the summer, you know, getting a little bit sweaty. The edges are a little bit melty, kind of don't look the same shape. There's a fair few crumbs hanging around and you just don't look like that nice put together block of butter that used to be in the fridge section at the supermarket, with all its other nice tidy little blocks of butter that all fit together. I feel like that block of butter that's been left out on the side in the heat. And, you know, you're a solitary block of butter as well, aren't you, kind of, as you get older? I find as the older you get, the less tolerant you become. And that means the less people want to hang around with you. Maybe that's just me. Again, I don't know. But I do find that when you're younger and you're the nice square block of butter in the fridge, you're chilled, you're relaxed, you're held together, your wrapper looks perfect, and you're there on the shelf with all your mates. Right, fantastic. Then you get a bit older. You know, at this point, you're now in a home, you're looking after a family, and someone neglects to put you back in the in the situation that's going to keep you nice and chilled and put together, and they start forgetting about you. They start to leave you out on the side, and you get a bit melty and a little bit, and then there's crumbs and all sorts, you know. And that for me is aging. It's going from being that block of nice butter to the melty butter. And I'm going to stop comparing myself now to a block of butter because I kind of am hearing the craziness in my speech. And I don't particularly want to be a crazy person. As fun as that could be, I don't want to slide down that rabbit hole. So we're going to stop comparing ourselves to blocks of butter now. Not that you were. I can't see you at home going, oh yes. Yes, I see exactly what you mean, Raquel. Yes, I often feel like a pat of unsalted butter. I mean, it's just me. These are the things I come up with in my head a lot of the time, like comparing myself to that. But yeah, anyway, I do sometimes tell myself I am younger than I actually am because, do you know what? Sometimes I feel nice and young and very sprightly. I've got all the energy in the world. And then other days, I too realise just how not so young I am anymore. And I'm working for it, doing the diet, doing the exercise, you know, and I'm focusing on, I don't know, improving small aspects of my life. Hence the channel name, Small Steps, Big Changes, making those small changes to become the me I want to be. And I want to be the younger version of me. I don't particularly want to go back, you know, to the way I was when I was younger. But I would like that energy. I would like that drive. I would like that passion. I would like that, you know, mental stability to remember things. I'd like all those sorts of things. So there's lots of training to be done, lots of brain training, lots of cardiovascular training, muscular training, flexibility training, all that jazz. Which is just a really long way round of extending that apology in case I've mentioned things before and forgotten them. That's another thing I do. I go off on tangents. Instead of just saying, you know, I filmed this video over a couple of sessions or filmed the voiceover over a couple of sessions. So I can't remember what I've said. My apologies. You know, but no, I don't do that, do I? I'm just going to go off and ramble on for hours. But do you know what? I kind of like that. Because it means I can talk to you all. It means this is a safe space for sharing. It's a safe space for helping each other and caring. And yeah, it's all that good stuff. And I like that. Plus, I know you guys like to hear stories. And I don't know, I think some of you like to hear me ramble on. I mean, most of you don't get a choice anyway, although you do get a choice. That, you know, you got the volume button on the side of your phone, and you can just watch this in silence while you listen to your own music or whatever it is you want to listen to. So there are choices out there. You don't have to listen to me ramble for hours, but it's very nice that you do, and I do appreciate you all being here listening to me wittering on about being a pat of butter. Now, I tell you one thing that did really make me feel every minute passing, it was doing these diamonds, these black little drills. Oh, there was so many of them. I know I've mentioned this before, but it is worth mentioning. There were so many of these. And this particular bit at the bottom, when I started, obviously you can see at the top, it's a night sky. So there's all these dark diamond drills that I'm using for the top of this painting. But by the time I got to the bottom and I was in like my 6th hour of doing this particular diamond painting, having to do approximately the same amount, maybe a little bit more, at the bottom, I was so tired. I was just like, please, let this end soon. I can't keep sticking these diamonds down. It really did get tiring. And they kept moving as well. I need to get myself... You can get like a sealant for the diamond paintings. And it helps hold all the diamonds in place. Because the glue on the actual paper, it sticks the diamonds down really well. It's great. But they sort of move themselves. Like, if they get slightly too warm, the glue will, I don't know, become more malleable. And the diamond drills can move. And it means you don't get those beautiful straight lines that I'm trying so hard to achieve. The end of this pen does have like a thing on there that you can push all the diamonds into a straight line with. And you'll see throughout the video, numerous times, I turn the pen the other way and try and push the diamond drills into the nice, neat rows that I want them in. And they go and they look pretty, and then I'll come back to it a little while later and actually they've all moved again. So I do need to get some of that sticky stuff that's going to hold them in place. Because I like, every time I do a diamond art, I want it to be perfect. And if they keep moving on their own, then they're not going to be perfect. So I'm going to get some of that glue. Now, you'll notice the footage has sped up significantly here because I started doing it all on a time lapse. Because honestly, I was very concerned I was going to run out of memory on my phone. Because this file was going to be huge. We've already done it over 2 sessions, over 2 videos. And I was really concerned that I was not going to have enough storage on my phone to store the whole thing. So we did switch to time lapse. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, I kind of wish I'd been able to do the diamonds this fast. Could you imagine how many diamonds arts I'd be able to get done if I could just diamond art this quick? You know, that'd be fantastic. Because I've got loads to do. I've got loads of autumnal diamond arts to do. I don't put them anywhere though. I do them and then that's it. They just sort of go into a big pile and that's where they sit. I do have picture frames for them, but they're not very good. They don't hold closed properly. So when you put them on the wall, the diamond paintings just fall out of the picture frames. But, do you know, I am thinking on offering them out to people. I mean, I don't know how I'd work sending them out to you or how you'd receive them or any of that jazz. But do you know what? If you want a diamond painting, I'm sure we can figure something out on how to get it to you. But yeah, I do them and then that's it. For me, this is the entertaining bit. This is the pleasurable bit. I'm not too bothered about having them on the wall or having them displayed for any purpose. I don't want them in a big book to look through at some point. I'm quite happy to do them and, you know, if people want them, then you can have them. This for me is the fun bit. I was thinking on getting some of the mystery diamond paintings. So if you'd like to see me do a mystery diamond painting, that might be good. I might do it on my TikTok though. I'll put it on here as well and maybe my Instagram pages. Start spreading myself a bit more across social media. But I was thinking on getting one of the mystery ones and doing that and seeing how that looked. So yeah, let me know if you want to see one of them. I might do it anyway. Like I say, I'll post it on my TikTok as well. Because I want to start posting on more social media. I think that'd be fun. Maybe I can get a mystery Halloweeny one. That'd be cool. But yeah, I do have a lot more autumnal ones to do. Mainly they have gonks on. I'm a big fan of the gonks. I never used to be. I used to like the 1990s trolls. And I didn't like the newer version of gonks. And now I've kind of switched over. I like the newer version of gonks as well as the 1990s trolls. But I'm a child of the 90s. I grew up in the 90s and I very much love every minute of the 90s. Apart from the bullying and the attending school. I did love the 1990s. And I'd quite like to go back there for a visit, I think. So we've just got the last few colours to do. I think there's this sort of browny purpley colour. And then I've got this white to do. And we're all done with this diamond painting. Now I know a lot of you wanted to see the final results in more detail. So here we go. We got all the Sanderson sisters in their glory, the rest of the characters, and not forgetting the pretty little cat. I'll see you all tomorrow for another Vloggoween day countdown to Halloween.